In this second episode, we can see the execution of a convicted storyteller. This is memory of Asayama Sagiri, of her father Yamada Asayama Kichiji, who perfectly cuts convicted person's head with a one slash. The person did not know he was already beheaded, and his head was on the floor. After that, Asayama Sagiri's goal was to duplicate her father's stroke, and now she has accomplished that perfect stroke, and became an Asayama. Everyone praises her perfectly beheading stroke as executioner. But there is fear, lingering after every execution made. Heavy burden of taking someone's life.
Look at your blade. The truth is reflected in the blade.
My blade, heavy with fear, causes the condemned to suffer, which makes my blade heavier still. How can I eliminate doubt and fear from my heart? If it were a life I could take without doubt or hesitation.
Then officers addressed condemned criminals. That the person sitting in front is an 11th shogun, His Excellency Tokugawa Nariyoshi. But criminals did not respect shogun. The officer feared that it was not safe to gather many criminals in one place. A burglar who killed 30 people, Tanio Saikachi. The serial arsonist, Nikimaru. The former constable and murderer, Kido Shukan. They are all heinous criminals, who have caused chaos. Then Gabimaru says, he can hardly breathe, and he wanted to see Shogun Tokugawa in person. Then government officers explain the mission. They have to travel to Shinsenkyo, and bring the immortality-granting elixir of life. Whoever brings the elixir will be given a certificate, that they are pardoned of all crimes. Adachi Matagoro, a fiend who killed only women and children, and only for pleasure. Asayama Sagiri thinks that if she could kill a truly evil person, who's better off dead without a doubt or hesitation. Suddenly, a criminal girl asks if he was Gabimaru the Hollow. And she knew because of his hair color and build. She said that he was pretty famous in their line of work. But she was disappointed that he was way smaller, more wretched looking and tinier than the rumor, and also that he has been apprehended too. But Gabimaru apologizes to her, which makes Asayama Sagiri confused, that he is listless and different. Is he same as other criminals or more evil as rumor claims? Then government officers describe the island. He explains that the island is like a paradise. But criminals feels that it was hard to believe, like a fairy tale. Then the officer tells them to remove their masks. Everyone felt relieved, but what was in front of them was a nightmare. The only survivor that came back alive from the expedition, who was no longer a human. When he returned, he had lumps all over his body, which began blooming next day. There were roughly 60 men still missing in the expedition. We have no idea what happened there. But the criminals were concerned about the island being dangerous. Then one of the officers says that it is a blessing to die being flowers, which is of course a waste for criminals like you. Then, the officer shouts that they are all condemned to be executed, which means that Shogun is being generous towards them for giving such an opportunity to save themselves. Then one of the criminals asks that, what if there is no elixir on the island? Can they return empty-handed? But officers reply that participation is voluntary, so they can drop out if they don't want to participate.
なら、俺はごめんだ。君が悪い。老婆で待つ子分たちの前で死んだ方が。
And again the officer says that they are condemned to death. And every one of them is assigned, and Yamada Asayama is a monitor. If anyone acts out on the island, then they will be beheaded on the spot. They are advised not to get any idea of escaping and turning against them, otherwise they will be executed instantly. If the monitor dies whether by accident or homicide, then also they will be beheaded. And if the Assayamon do not return with them, then they can't return to the boat. And there is one more thing, all of the criminals can't be taken to the island, because there is a limited number of Assayamon and limited capacity on ship. So, they have to reduce their numbers, which means they have to kill each other. So, all of the criminals started to kill each other. Then, Shogun asks the officer about the criminals with exceptional skills or superpower. Then the officer shows a man who was the leader of bandits, then a woman who is Kunoichi, a female ninja. A massive man with a strong body. Then at last the legend himself, Gabimaru the Hollow, who hasn't moved yet. Then, Sagiri's senior asks her if she is overwhelmed by this scene, and it will be more brutal on the island, and if the situation comes, will she be able to kill or not? Then, Gabimaru says, killing people is never okay, if they could come up with a better idea. We might be a murderer, but not all of us killed, because they wanted to. I won't let you do it. Then the officer gets angry, and shouts to other non-selected criminals, to kill Gabimaru and take his place. Then, one criminal takes stone and tries to kill Gabimaru, so Gabimaru says that he have no choice but to kill them, and he will be burdened heavily in mind for killing these people.
Kuroshiwo を恐れぬ強さではなく、その恐れを殺した命を背負う覚悟だったのだろうか。
After many are dead, the officer yells to stop and says the name of criminals who are going to the island: Aza Chobe the bandit king, Tamaya Gantetsusai the sword dragon, Taisted Kion, the hunter of 100, Nurugai of the Sanka, Horibo the killing prayer, runaway shinobi, Gabimaru the hollow, Akaginu, the cannibal courtesan, Kunoichis, Usuria of the Kishu, Moro Makia, the apostate, Rokuroda, the giant of Bizan. You will board the ship, travel to the uncharted island, in the southern sea, and find the immortality-granting elixir of life.
案ずることはない。行き先は極楽浄土、常世の国、神仙境。